Liverpool faces a critical moment regarding the future of several of its most important players. With contracts for stars like Mohamed Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold, and Virgil van Dijk expiring in 2025, the club is in a race against time to avoid undesirable scenarios, such as losing these athletes without financial compensation. Meanwhile, another name is gaining prominence in this renewal saga: Luis Díaz. The 27-year-old Colombian forward, who joined Liverpool in early 2022 as one of the team's great promises, now seems increasingly unlikely to remain at the club. Díaz signed a contract until 2027 upon joining from Porto, with an estimated salary of just £50,000 per week, a modest amount by the standards of a starting player at one of the Premier League's biggest clubs. Since then, little has changed in terms of salary, and attempts to renegotiate his contract have been fruitless. However, as time passes and his contract expiration approaches, Liverpool will need to make a strategic decision: renew Díaz's deal, agreeing to a substantial salary increase, or negotiate his departure while they can still secure a significant financial return. The 2023-24 season began promisingly for Luis Díaz, who seemed to have found his best form under manager Arne Slot. The Colombian scored 5 goals in his first 5 Premier League games and registered 1 assist, showcasing a level of consistency that had previously been criticised by fans. However, this initial performance did not last. Since the 5th round of the league, Díaz has failed to score and has contributed only 1 assist in 9 matches. In the Champions League, his performances have been inconsistent. While he shone with a hat-trick against Bayer Leverkusen, that was the only European match where he found the net or provided assists. In the English League Cup, he scored a goal against Brighton, but saw his performance overshadowed by Cody Gakpo, who scored twice in the same match and is emerging as the first-choice option for the left-wing position. This drop in form has weakened Díaz's position in negotiations for a new contract. Reports suggest he is seeking a salary of around £140,000 per week, nearly 3 times his current earnings. However, Liverpool, hesitant to offer a raise even during his strong phase, is unlikely to relent now. The situation is further complicated by interest from European giants such as Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona and Milan, all closely monitoring developments. The key question for Liverpool is whether it is worth keeping Díaz in the squad by meeting his salary demands, or if the club should capitalise on his exit before his market value begins to decline. According to reports, Milan has already inquired about the player as a potential replacement for Rafael Leao in the future. However, the Italian club might struggle to meet Díaz's salary demands, which could limit his options in the market. Additionally, Liverpool knows that keeping an unhappy player could be detrimental to the team's atmosphere. The recent history of other club stars also weighs on the decision. With Salah, Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk facing delicate contractual situations, the Reds seem determined to avoid letting any player leave without generating financial returns. This stance reflects lessons learned over recent years. Luis Díaz is still in the prime of his career at 27 years old and will undoubtedly attract interest from major clubs should Liverpool decide to put him on the market. However, the ideal moment for a transfer appears to be in January or the next European summer, while he still has over 2 years left on his contract. This would allow Liverpool to maximise the transfer value, avoiding a sharp decline in price as the contract nears its end. Meanwhile, Colombian fans are watching the situation with concern. Rumours in the local press suggest that negotiations between Liverpool and Díaz's camp are entirely stalled, increasing speculation that his departure is only a matter of time. For the player, the decision will be crucial for his career. He needs to find a club willing to pay what he believes he is worth while maintaining a competitive level aligned with his sporting ambitions. Based on the current scenario, Luis Díaz's departure from Liverpool seems more a question of when than if. The lack of progress in contract talks, coupled with his dip in performance and the emergence of other squad options, points to an imminent separation. For Liverpool, the challenge will be finding a balance between maximising financial returns and ensuring the team remains competitive across all fronts. For Díaz, The pursuit of a more lucrative contract and a central role at a major European club may be the next chapter in his career. One thing is clear, Liverpool will not let him leave for free, and the next transfer window may bring definitive news about his destination. After weeks of speculation regarding Luis Díaz's future, Liverpool is now facing the potential loss of another key player. This time, it's Trent Alexander-Arnold who is catching the eye of Europe's giants. While Díaz's renewal remains uncertain, an even more urgent twist has emerged. The right-back, one of the team's cornerstones, may be on his way out of the club for free. The news gains traction with the declared obsession of Barcelona's manager, Hansi Flick, to bring Alexander-Arnold to Camp Nou. Flick sees the Englishman as the perfect piece to elevate the level of his squad and is pressuring the board to secure the player as quickly as possible. The reason for such urgency is clear. The defender's contract with Liverpool expires at the end of the season, allowing him to sign a pre-contract with any club starting in January. If the saga already seemed intense, Real Madrid's involvement makes the situation even more intriguing. The merengues, known for their market allure, are already working behind the scenes to convince Alexander-Arnold to wear white next summer. Real Madrid has the advantage of its financial power and the appeal of being one of the biggest showcases in world football. However, Barcelona sees a unique opportunity to compete in this battle thanks to the context, a free transfer. For a club with chronic financial problems like Barca, this possibility makes the deal much more attractive and viable. Flick knows that surpassing Real Madrid will not be easy, but he believes he can offer something few clubs can: absolute prominence in his tactical system. Still, time is Barcelona's enemy. The Catalans understand that if they delay, they could see Real Madrid solidify its position and once again steal a strategic signing right under their noses. While Barcelona and Real Madrid fight in the background, Liverpool is not entirely out of the race. Recent reports suggest that the English club has resumed working on a potential contract renewal with Alexander-Arnold, which seemed unlikely just a few weeks ago. If this happens, it will be a direct response to the growing external pressure and a signal that the Reds are ready to fight to keep their top talents. On the other hand, the lack of agreement so far indicates that the situation is far from resolved. With Alexander-Arnold available to negotiate freely in just a few days, Liverpool will need to offer a convincing project, both sporting and financial, to compete with the Spanish giants. Alexander-Arnold's departure would be a major blow to Klopp's project, which is already facing challenges in maintaining team consistency. For Barcelona, it would be a transformative reinforcement, especially at a time when the club needs to rebuild its identity and compete on equal footing in Europe. For Real Madrid, it would be another symbolic strike against their biggest rival, in addition to strengthening a position that has always been crucial in their system. With the clock ticking and interest from multiple sides, one thing is certain: Alexander-Arnold will be the center of attention in the next transfer window. And, as with every great saga, the outcome promises to be unpredictable.